Over the past 20 years, many of the school systems around Youngstown have new buildings thanks to money from the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission.
Tonight, First News looks into what the money has and has not done. Anchor Stan Boney begins his series of reports with all the money that's been spent. He's live in the studio.
Well, the start of the statewide effort to build new schools in Ohio began in 1997 with what was then called the Ohio Schools Facilities Commission. Of the 48 school systems in Mahoning, Trumbull, and Columbiana counties eligible for the money, 31 or 65% of the systems have used it. They range from a low of $12.3 million in the Springfield Local School District to a high of $190 million in the Youngstown City School District. The total amount invested in the 31 districts, state and local money combined, is $1.168 billion. On a Friday morning last month, Joe Traina, the Wellsville School's Buildings and Grounds Supervisor, led me into lunch at Wellsville High School.
Which means it's a combination of a cafeteria and an auditorium.
Traina says the building was the second in Ohio to open using state money dedicated for new schools. 20 years ago, construction of the sand-colored brick building with a red metal roof, combined with renovations of the old high school, cost $13.5 million, 87% of which was paid by the Ohio School Facilities Commission.
I think it's in great shape. We have very, very few problems with this building.
It enabled this district, which is a low-wealth district, to build a great facility, you can see behind me, for 10% of the actual cost.
Wellsville High School has a traditional feel, hallways with metal lockers that lead into classrooms. When it was built, whiteboards replacing chalkboards was considered high-tech. But Lakeview's new elementary and middle school, which just opened in August, is non-traditional.
And like you see, just a small group of students working here.
Principal Ashley Handrich showed me the common areas, the open lockers made of wood, the paint combination of white, green, purple, and gold, and how each classroom has a garage door that can be lifted to give it a more open feel.
We did not want it to feel industrial or clinical. We wanted it to feel lived in and homey.
The cost of Lakeview's new school was $31.4 million, almost 2.5 times that of Wellsville's. But while the state paid 87% of Wellsville's, it only paid 30% of Lakeview's because Lakeview is a wealthier district. Still, it was a good deal.
We couldn't have done it, I don't think, without the state money. I think that for a project of this size, that would have been a struggle. Maybe a smaller building, it would have been, something we could have locally funded, but for this building, it was definitely critical that we get that piece of the puzzle.
Now, no school system gets 100% state money. They all have to put in something, but the amount varies widely. For example, East Palestine and Latonia each received 91% from the state. That's the most of anyone around here. The lowest was Lakeview at 30%. The average of the 31 schools getting state money was 73.5%, and that is pretty good. And coming up at 6, I'll tell you about 2 school systems that would like some state money, but can't get enough of it because they're considered wealthy districts. In the studio, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.